Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. I do believe this is episode number 40, and today we have transfer deadline day with St Johnstone, which is kind of irrelevant because our budget is so small. We won't be able to sign anyone. £2.2 million. We could possibly pull off one deal on deadline day, but it's highly unlikely because anyone we could bring in wouldn't be good enough to replace the players we currently have in our first team. But also, we have a game against Manchester City and possibly our first European qualifier against Denmark with Scotland as well. So possibly two massive games for Club and Country, today, and also transfer deadline day as well. So let's get straight to it. I do love Road to Glory careers, I really do. They're very, very fun, and of course, my careers, I rarely ever start off at a big club. A transfer was straight away here for Douglas Mitchell. Manchester United want to buy him, take him on loan for a year. A 61 rated 19-year-old goalkeeper. Now, sometimes big clubs will do this to scout a player and keep them in their resis. They're under 21, see how good they are, but I don't see that happening with Douglas Mitchell. What's the point, EA, man? Like, seriously, they don't need him. Plus, he's not a striker, so why would United in Korea buy him anyway? I don't Is there a point in rejecting this anyway? We may as well accept it and let the guy go, but I was possibly trying to loan out McMillan to get more money in the wage budget, but we'll let Mitchell go to United, and it ruined my intro monologue, for goodness sake! Alright, so as I was saying, I do love Road to Glory career modes, they are a lot of fun, but it takes so long before you get given decent starter budgets. It's so frustrating knowing that year after year, you have to make do with mediocrity at the very, very best, but I guess the challenge is still quite nice. So that's our team anyway at the moment, going into this, our third season and second in the top flight, and it is deadline day, and again, we could possibly pull off one signing if we wanted to, but if I'm going to sign someone, I want it to be in the first 11 and not a bench player, because let's be honest here, we've got the youth boys coming through the ranks, and I like them on the bench and in the resis too, so there's no one really to sign. This guy, by the way, David Campbell, could be alright, but can't sign because he's just joined Stoke. But again, we need to really wait and save our pennies before buying like another first 11 player, I think. So I think we'll leave it for the time being and just skip through deadline day. Alright, so deadline day is going to end then. I shall quickly run through the teams for you, and feel free to pause on their logo if you'd like to see what business they have done in this window. It's not been a bad start to Season 3 whatsoever for St Johnstone. 2 wins from a possible 2 when it comes down to the signings we've made as well. I mean, Tony, Watt and McMillan, the only two names that have come in, but McMillan looks like a great steal as a free agent for Club and Country, and Tony Watt, of course, is already in the Scotland side as well. So I like this St Johnstone team, I really do. We're coming together really nicely. Of course, there's still an absolute long path to go. Everyone knows that, but we're still making progression year after year, and that's the most important thing. And when you take a look at my first Scotland squad picked and selected since the fantastic World Cup campaign, where we reached the quarterfinals for being knocked out by Brazil, there are now 9 St Johnstone players in this Scotland squad. And of course, my goal come the end of this series is not just to have Scotland being the strongest nation and St Johnstone being the strongest club in the world, but I also want all of those slots in that team filled by St Johnstone only players. And that's going to be the real challenge this series too. Not just building the club up and building the country up too, but making sure all the best players play for us. And here is a youth score monthly report as well, so you can see how the players are currently getting on in the academy. Of course, there are still a couple of players I'm quite excited about. These two boys, the Kirks, looking pretty decent in the academy right now. Oliver Wilson looks okay too, despite the very low overall. And of course, Douglas Reed is the main guy. And you know what? I was going to wait before promoting Douglas Reed, but I think I might do it now. Get it out of the way before the qualifiers, and just bite the bullet. Because I said in the last episode, I'm scared to promote him because I think he's the best chance without the potential to be special. But let's just do it. Douglas Reed, we'll give him a contract. He only wants 1 year, and we shall see. Actually, in the player demand, it said 0 years. EA, for God's sake, your game's so bad. But we shall take a look at the other players too and give Douglas Reed a contract. I'm so hopeful he's going to be the guy that has potential to be special, and I guess it's done now. We'll find out in today's episode. Go on, Dougie. And we'll only get time for one game in today's episode because I'm just narrowing on like a moron to start today's episode off. Seriously, man. But I'm so hopeful for Douglas Reed. Like, I'm just pinning all my hopes on him because I don't think we'll ever get a player that has potential like that. He's going to be hopefully the star of the series, like Ronnie Ariaguza back in the Racing Santander career. So hopefully he's the boy. He's the one that's going to lead St Johnstone to big things, and Scotland too. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but we're going to find out today how good he really is. Alright, so we're going into the first and only game of today's episode, and we take on Manchester City. We are at home at McDermott Park as well. Can I squeeze in another game? I mean, probably not, we'll see. But anyway, the first game is against City. They're in 6th place right now, 1 win and 1 draw from the first 2 games, and we are in the top 4. So form does suggest we'd have a good chance of winning this game, but I'll still take a draw anyway. Come on, St Johnston, our first big test of the season. Let's get the 3 points in front of the home crowd. Come on!
Who loves your Barry? We do. Who loves your Barry? We do. Who loves your Barry? We do. Oh, Barry, we love you.
Stones to Fernando, back towards John Stones. And I gotta say, if anyone watched Match of the Day this weekend, did you agree with Phil Neville's point that Stones is being made into a scapegoat? Because I gotta say, I know he's been bad, but I do agree with Phil. I reckon that the fans are being way too critical of just Stones. You've got to focus on the whole defence because they've all been poor. As Son finds his man. That's an awful tackle by Barry. We love you, Barry. We do. Oh, Barry. Son's shot easy for Logan Reed to deal with, and it's going wide anyway. As we're still tied at 0-0. Oh, Barry, we love you, son. Oh, referee, it's a foul. It's Son for Manchester City inside towards Bratan. Good ball looking through now. Out comes Logan Reed, though. Quick as a flash. Oh, he fumbled it. Logan Reed fumbles the ball. And it'll come to the Ginger Nut. And we should get the ball clear anyway. Logan Reed with a moment of madness there. And I've surrendered possession of City. Oh, through and a great chance to make it 1-0. But Reed makes up for it. A fantastic stop by little Logan. Pulling it out of the top drawer. And making amends for what was an absolute howler. Big stop by Reed. Come on, son. Florenzi's throw is picked off by Ewan McDonald. Well done now. Smith through the gap towards Malcolm Mitchell, the 5-star skiller with the fake shot. Then the heel flick, gets himself inside. Mangala makes a tackle, but can't rob him. And really makes a great save to deny Double M from scoring his first goal for the club. City trying to get themselves forward here with Bratan, and he's taking it round Duncan Smith. Sutar steps out of line momentarily, and here comes City with Unal on the ball, finding Moy just outside the area. Great ball inside, and Jesus Navas fires Manchester City into a first half lead, and the Spanish winger opens the scoring and breaks the deadlock. Logan Reed made a great save on the one-on-one earlier, but could not stop this one. A lovely little ball inside here, and Navas gets around the back of Shane Gray covering and rifles the ball into that bottom corner. 1-0 to City, and we trail. Here's you now for Manchester City. Barry comes across and wins it. Well done, old man Barry. And away he goes, charging down the right-hand side. Old man Barry, not the quickest, but has the strength. Keeps on going. What a run by Barry, and the cross is poor. What a letdown. Here's Moy for City. Through the gap towards Navas down the right-hand side. Tierney comes across, but can't stop the 1-2 here. Down this right flank. Good ball into the middle. And Aguero's header loops in over Logan Reed. And that will be the game for Manchester City. Last time we faced City at home last year, we came back from 2 goals down. City came back from 2 goals down to make it 2-2. I can't see us doing it to City in this game though. Logan Reed beaten by Aguero's header. And Manchester City are getting the 3 points and inflicting our first defeat on us this season. Gundogan to De Bruyne, and Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. Can City had a 3rd goal late on. Gundogan with a flare pass inside towards Fernando. They're toying with me right now. And Kevin De Bruyne puts a 3rd goal on the scoreline as the Belgian secures it in style. And these are the type of games where I'm reminded of how far we've got to go in this series. I mean, honestly, 2 wins from our first 2 games. Well done. Come back home and get battered by Pep's boys. There's a long, long way to go for club and country, and these are the games which send me back down to earth. I have been embarrassed in front of the home fans. St Johnston 0, Manchester City 3. What an embarrassing defeat. Remember last year against Chelsea? First home game of the season, battered 4-0. First home game of the season this year, battered 3-0. We don't play well at McDermott Park, we know that for sure. And unfortunately, we started the season off again like last year, winning on the opening day, this year getting another win too, but now a defeat to City in comprehensive fashion, and I had an absolute shocker. City dominated in the stats, they were far superior in every way, deserved the 3 points, and again, a very, very bad loss, which we have to pick ourselves up from, because now that's 2 defeats from our first 4 games with St Johnston, not good. And so after that, I need well and truly cheering up, so, oh wow, no, what the hell? Oh my goodness gracious me, Douglas Reed has declined his contract. The interesting thing is he said he wanted 0 years on his deal, and he's I've never seen that before. I've never seen a youth player decline a contract. What's going on? I mean, I'm in the wrong place. Don't do this to me, Douglas. Don't do this to me. What is going on here? Reed declines his contract, saying that and again, you can see that player demands 0 years. I mean, what am I going to do now? Because it seems like he doesn't want a contract with us. This is disastrous. All right, everyone shut up a minute, because this is really, really bad. Oh my god, this is not fair. Like, this is not fair. I'm gonna give him $1,000 a week, and I think we'll find out before the first Scotland game whether he's gonna accept that or reject that. And I think because he's probably gonna go straight into the first team, so I'll give him crucial first team player status straight away. Because if he does show potential to be special, he'll of course slot straight in the DM role ahead of Duncan Smith. This is extremely worrying, and I'm panicking big time right now. So we declined the first one, and now we're going to find out the second one, and I can't believe this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Douglas Reed has turned down 2 contracts saying they're too long, but the minimum you can give is 1 year, Dougie. What's going on? No, this is my potential to be special player. This is my potentially special player, and he's not. I don't know what to do. I can't, because it seems like money's not an issue. I can give him crucial first team player status, 10% on a goal bonus, and we'll bump it up to $5,000, Dougie. This is not good. This is not good, and I'm panicking like crazy. Someone tell me what I need to do to sort this out. I am extremely worried. No, this can't happen. All right, so I don't really have time for a third game, but I'm going to do it anyway and just hope we can blitz through it really quickly and get to the Douglas Reed situation, because as important as our first European qualifier game with Scotland is, we've got a crisis at St Johnstone where the best youth player of a generation and Scotland's saviour is turning down contracts. So Denmark, our first European qualifier with Scotland, let's play it straight away, but let's be honest here, all minds are on Douglas Reed. Alright, so we're off and underway for our first European qualifier with Scotland then, and it is a really important one as well at home to Denmark. If we are to qualify, we'll need to win our home games in a really tough group for us. But again, my focus should be, surely 100% on this game, but instead, I'm petrified of what's happening with the Douglas Reed situation. I mean, this could ruin the entire series. Eriksson, good ball inside towards Braithwaite. It could be one-on-one against Barry here. Got to be careful. But no one picked up the run of Jorgensen. Marshall bails us out, but can't do it for a second time as the Scots fall behind 32 minutes in. And this episode could be titled Disaster, because that's all you need to know for both club and country. Our first European qualifier home to Denmark in a really tough group. And we fall behind. Come on. Hanley on the ball through the gap towards Ryan Gould. Go on, Gouldy. Go on, Gouldy. Go on, Gouldy. Oh, my goodness. What on earth was that? Robertson down the left. One late chance here as he sends Matt Phillips down this flank. He's got more pace than Vestergaard. I know that for sure. He'll beat him in a foot race. Matt Phillips on the ball. That was a shot. I know it was a tight angle. It was probably not going to go in. But that was a shot from Matt Phillips that should have at the very, very least, tested the goalkeeper. Scotland 0, Denmark 1, first game of the qualifier. St Johnstone 0, City 3, first home game of the season. Douglas Reed, potential to be special possibly, declining contracts. It is all falling apart. A poor, terrible game ends in defeat. And I don't know how to end this episode off because everything is falling apart. We're going to advance through the calendar a couple more days because you'll see Douglas Reed once again coming back to us regarding this contract situation. I already know he's going to say no, despite the fact I've offered him quite a bit of money and he's only 16 years old. We'll skip here to the Czech Republic game and he's declined it again. A youth player wants out. That's Reece Campbell. I don't know what to do. Someone help me because everything is falling apart. And that will end today's episode of Club and Country, guys, so have a fantastic day. I love you very, very much. Alright, so that will end today's episode of Club and Country then, guys, and I don't know what to say. It is all falling apart. We're only 3 games into the season with St Johnstone. Please, if anyone out there knows what to do with Douglas Reed, tell me now, because I am panicking. But a big thank you for watching the episode regardless. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country, where we've really got to sort out this mess very soon. Oh my god!